Just over 24 hours ago, SpaceX made history with the first successful test flight of the fully assembled Starship rocket. Despite ending in a self-destruct command, this 11 million pound behemoth with height equivalent to a 31-story building achieved a resounding success. Here's why, despite the dramatic headlines, this test flight was a massive step forward for space exploration. Starship is a super heavy rocket vehicle capable of lifting over 200,000 pounds into orbit and built to be fully reusable, meaning both the first stage, also known as the booster, and the second stage, the actual payload-containing vehicle, in this case Starship, would ideally return to the ground and be reused for other missions, similar to the already existing and partially reusable SpaceX Falcon 9s. After years of development and months of preparing, from the first successful landing of SN-15, Starship upper stage prototype just about a year ago, to the static engine firing of 31 of the 33 Raptor engines designed to lift this behemoth off the ground, yesterday we finally witnessed the successful test of the fully assembled Starship. About 6 days ago, Elon tweeted, "Success? Maybe. Excitement? Guaranteed," bracing us for what was likely gonna end in some sort of failure. The team at SpaceX also echoed that everything after clearing the tower was just icing on the cake, seconds after the rocket exploded. As soon as it cleared the launch mount, the rocket immediately became the most powerful and largest vehicle ever flown, despite doing so with only 30 of its 33 Raptor engines. Starship also proved its structural integrity in more than one ways. First, by passing Max Q, the flight stage where the vehicle experiences the maximum strain from aerodynamic pressures, which in more basic terms is the stage when the rocket is going so fast that the air around it begins to push against it so violently that if the rocket wasn't strong enough or properly pressurized or had any weaknesses and defects in the hull, it would get crushed by that pressure. The fact that this did not happen shows just how much refinement and iteration the materials and building of Starship has gone through, compared to the early days of SN1 through SN10 testing. The next feat being misconstrued as the point of failure was the MECO attempt. MECO, short for Main Engine Cutoff, is a stage in a rocket flight when the main engines of a rocket shut down. This happens after the rocket reaches a certain altitude and speed, which means it doesn't need as much thrust to keep going, and once MECO happens, the rocket's second stage takes over and continues to push the payload into orbit. At the time of MECO, Starship had already lost 5 of its 33 Raptor engines, which automatically increased the margin of error and the chances of MECO proceeding successfully, as the rocket was now fairly unstable. Starship attempted multiple flips at speeds greater than 1,000 miles per hour to stabilize for MECO, but failed to successfully cut off the main engine and separate the upper stage. Even coupled with the near-empty liquid oxygen propellants in the tank, Starship did not burst or break apart in its over 2.5 cycle spins at speeds and pressures that would shred apart any other vehicle. Until, of course, SpaceX issued the self-destruct commands, which blew up the rocket ship, or as SpaceX likes to call the stage, the Rapid Unscheduled Disassembly or RUD stage. SpaceX cleared the surrounding area off the flight trajectory before takeoff in preparation for the likelihood that the ship would explode, and has so far said that recovery efforts are already underway. As it should go without saying, SpaceX is known for its rapid iteration development strategy, as seen with its early build attempts of the Falcon 9 rockets, which are now the leading private orbital launch vehicle in the world. In true SpaceX fashion, another test is expected to take place within just 4 months from now, which is super impressive if you know just how complex these machines are. Starship is a priority program for SpaceX, as it is the choice vehicle supplying cargo for NASA's upcoming Artemis mission, marking humanity's return to the moon, and is a key development for Elon Musk's mission to colonize Mars. In summary, this test was anything but a failure, and as intended, SpaceX now has access to an insane amount of critical flight data that would allow them to perform a more successful test in the coming months. And just before you go, check out this stunning shot of the Starship engines that look like it was taken straight out of a scene from The Expanse. Also, be sure to watch this video about why AI assistants like AutoGPT may not be as useful as the hype.